Good morning, everybody. And now it's time to break down Bucks and Clippers on the Bart Winkler Show. Bucks and Clippers wrapping up 15 minutes before midnight on Groundhog's Day, February the 2. Tim Shea is with me, as always. Tim, how you doing? I heard they found your car.
Yeah, my car was found, so I guess that's good.
Good.
And the people that did it were caught, so
Wow.
all is well.
Good. I feel less bad for laughing at you the other night.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Kevin Holden, CBS 58, is with us.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Holdy? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. You guys are better. This is the place to be. I've been watching this thing develop as you guys have been working on the pod. This been a blast.
Yeah, well, it's been about 5 months now, 100 shows, and still not really working anywhere. So I think this is it, Kev.
Hey, you know what? I love the freedom of just being able to hit that button at the perfect time, which in this case is right after the Bucks game when everybody's going to be pumped about this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's the joy of it. Like who wants to talk about it at exactly 6:20 or?
Well, I want people to hear about it at 6:20. I don't want to talk about it at 6:20 in the morning.
I mean, it's a hot topic, and you guys are here for it. This is where it's at, dude.
Well, we have a lot of basketball games that happened today at weird different times. So I did get on the air on YouTube only to talk a little Panthers because they finished at noon. Then the Badgers played and won, which I'm pissed about because I had a free bet. So I took Badgers to win by 7.5 for like plus 800, and they had a big lead. But they won, so that's good. But then the reason that we're doing this so late at night, and this will be the chunk of the podcast today, is the Bucks won. And the first tweet I saw was from Josh, and he says best Bucks game since the finals. The Bucks won. They beat the Clippers 106-105. They were down pretty substantially after the first quarter, better second quarter, and then third quarter. The Clippers still had like a 20-plus point lead at one point, I think. But the Bucks came back, and I saw a lot of people saying I'm going to bed or whatever. And I was texting one friend. There was 6 minutes left in the third. I said the way the NBA is, if it's like a similar score with 6 minutes left in the fourth, then you wrap it up and go to bed. But even though there was a big discrepancy in the score, I don't think this game ever felt like it was over. And the Bucks, they rallied back. Giannis had a big night, 54 points for him. Middleton, 16 off the bench, still only played 20 minutes. That's really pissing me off. He's healthy. He's explosive. He's elusive. Play him. Drew Holiday, 12 points, did better late. Drew Holiday named an all-star tonight. So I did not think that Drew would get the nod. Nobody was picking him. He got it over. Brunson was the guy he got it over. But Drew Holiday getting an all-star bid. So I'm glad to see that. Bucks get the win. And I think a lot of people just seeing the comments. Garrett says this game gets me ready for April. And Kevin, that's kind of where we're at right now. It's like we talk about these Bucks games every night. And, some nights if they would have lost tonight, it just would have been how much do I want to care about this loss? But I think, now's the time with the trade deadline coming up and we're getting into that kind of like final stretch pretty soon. I think people want to see good basketball. Had they played a competitive game and lost 106-105, okay, Clippers are good. But they just don't want to see Bud doing stupid things, guys not making their shots, and they don't want to see, them down by 20-some points. So Bucks were able to come back, Kevin, and I think that this was a 9:20 start time for whatever reason was weird, but this was a big one.
Yeah, it is because, well, for one, there were some microcosm things. You're talking about best win since the finals. There were some microcosms in this that reminded me a little bit of that game 6, which is, obviously the 50 burger is a big part of it. But one of the other things that happened was, it was 20-5 to start. And one of the reasons why I think fans want to see a little fight out of this Bucks team is they don't want to see them go down 20-5 and then just skate through and lose by 15 after being down 15 in the first quarter. and they bounced right back and retook that lead super fast in the second quarter. I mean, obviously, with so much basketball game, that 15-point lead in the first quarter doesn't mean much. But when you see a team come back and wipe it out that fast, it's like, okay, they're not just going through the motions here. They're not just packing it in, knowing that it's one of 2 games. This is a team that had fight on a national stage tonight, and it's to me, I don't know that like in 2021. They won the championship. They were 3 seed, and they were a team that went in without. They looked good, but they didn't. You didn't go in screaming championship with that team. They got hot at the right time. I wonder if this team is pretty similar. Like if they're a 3 seed, that might be exactly where they want to be this year.
I think that their playoff chances are very good, and I think that sometimes in the regular season, and I feel like I say this more after losses than wins. It's like, okay, let's just relax. Let's just settle down. I don't want to say that after a win. The win should be celebrated, especially a win like this where they were down, so much. And it was a weird start time in Milwaukee. And I do think last comment I got here was from Poops Galore. And Poops says, I think that's new to the show. Poops Galore says Giannis is getting tired. And I think you saw, this team was tired. Just like I talked about a little bit with Milwaukee, the Panthers playing a game at 10 in the morning. They weren't as sharp as they've been, and IUPUI sucks, but they almost got beat by a team that hasn't won in the Horizon all year. Playing at 7 and playing at 7:30, who cares? They started this game. It was scheduled for 9. It doesn't go off till 9:20. Even Charles Barkley or Shaq, one of the guys, was going off about it on the pregame show. I had missed that. I was watching Law and Order. Law and Order is intense these days, Tim. Jesus, my God, real good. But I was watching on my computer. But yeah, you should celebrate these wins. And I think that we want to know that this Bucks team, for me, what I want to know is that this Bucks team is going to win, not in spite of anything. I don't want them to, and what I'm talking about is Coach Bud. Because it still seems like Giannis is really having to carry the team right now. Giannis in his last, he came back from a little rest, 54, 34, 50, 41, 33, and 29. I did see Brett and Tosa have this tweet, like people were bitching about Giannis resting, but the games where he was prior to the rest, it was 7, 22, and 9. And I was like, oh, geez, I didn't want Brett to be right about that, but Brett might be right. And they were talking about it on the broadcast tonight. Sometimes you do need an in-season rest, and Giannis has just been so dominant, but they can't be needing and expecting 50-plus point games out of Giannis in the beginning of February, Holdy, because that's not sustainable.
No, yeah. The thing about the NBA is to win a championship, you got to be a little bit better than the other guy 4 straight series over the course of 2 months. And that's
2 months.
It's a completely different animal from any other sport in that way. It makes a little sense, to why you'd want a guy to rest on a certain night and a guy to do whatever. I will say that I was a little surprised at how many minutes Giannis got after what happened at the end of Tuesday's game, because that was a panic moment, and it led every one of us to scream, why in the world did Bud have Giannis there with 10 seconds to go or whatever it was? And of course, Giannis is one of those that he can't help himself. He's going to go 10,000% for a block, up 10 with a few seconds to go. It's what he does. And that's one of the reasons why I thought rest might happen for him tonight, but it didn't. But you're 100% right. You cannot expect 50 burgers, and you can't expect them against good, hot Eastern Conference teams in the second round. The Celtics maybe in the ECF. Like, it's not going to happen every day. So you got to have a lot of other key parts that'll have to get there. That's why every time I see Middleton do something good, I'm happy. But I think you said this earlier. I need more of him, and I need more minutes of him, because I think he's a key factor to this thing, and I don't want him having any rust at all by the time you get to April. You got to have him there.
Yeah, again, and I don't want to be too nitpicky, but Middleton came back. This is his 6th game back. He hasn't played more than 20 minutes. This was a game where I thought they could have used him at the end, as the Clippers and the Bucks were trading missed baskets and like really bad missed baskets. And to just say, all right, that's 20 for Middleton. That's what we like. He's back. He rehabbed so hard to get back here. They didn't want to play him until he was ready because he was doing 5 and 5s for a while. And they shipped him up to Oshkosh to play with the Herd. They flew the Herd down to Miami to give Middleton some time. And now it's like, oh, okay, well, 20 minutes. You played your 20 minutes. We're not going to put you in at the end of this game. Middleton is fine. Stop like doing this reintroduction period. Stop cameoing Middleton in these games. Play this man, start this man, and then maybe these games won't be as close as they need to be.
It would be great because you need more than just health. You need this gelling of a group, and it's going to take you're going to need a Giannis, you're going to need Middleton at as close to 100% as possible. You're going to need Holiday, that, but you're going to need 3 or 4 or 5 other guys too. And as we learned last year, you're going to need to not have to depend on, say, George Hill in Game 7 of a playoff series, which means that the chemistry comes in 2 ways. It comes from getting guys healthy. It comes from sort of weeding out the parts that should not be dependent on in the big moments. So, I mean, we're close enough. We're 2 months and change from the start of the playoffs. I think they do take on more importance. When you get to this time, you need to see the guys that are going to work, but you also need to see them in combination. They got to play together so you know what not to do when you get to April and May and then June.
Going to go through some comments while Tim fills out his taxes, unless, Tim, there's anything you wanted to add to this conversation.
Yeah, sorry.
Nah, I'm good. You said it all. You took the words right out of my mouth. You really did.
Tim is more. The more this goes, the more I'm like I'm Linus.
What am I doing here?
No, I'm Linus, and you're my security blanket.
3 or more 50-point games in a season for Giannis. Ties Kareem is the only other Buck who ever did that, by the way.
I thought he was going to get Brandon Jennings' single game record.
55.
Yeah, I really thought he.
Well, I thought for sure he'd have 40. I was talking with my friends before the game, and he's like he had 30, and then he got 40, and then I was like, well, he might as well just go for 50. And I was just doing LeBron again there. Let me read some comments that are coming in on YouTube. And again, we're taping this. It is hitting the midnight hour. I got 45 people strong on the YouTube stream, which I think is great. If you guys want to tell your friends, we are doing this. Like we do this pretty much after every Bucks game during the week. Although I think I'm just looking at some. So there's going to be some late night Bucks shows coming up. the Bucks next game is Saturday. I won't be doing it Saturday. But what's funny about that game is if you want a ticket for that game, you're going to have to pay like $100 to stand. If you want a ticket for tonight's game, it's like $3 to sit anywhere because there's a huge difference towards middle of the week and the time. But then they're out west at the Trailblazers Monday. They are Thursday night at the Lakers Thursday. And then they are at the Clippers on Friday. So I don't know. There are some of these that I was just looking at that I'm thinking, okay, we'll be doing some games maybe across the weekends as well. Let's see. I got the real handsome Brent W. He says they're going to announce a dumb Crowder trade on Marquette Day Saturday. Again, I'm not like super into Crowder. If we can get nothing for him, that's fine. I'm in this weird minority that I don't want to see Grayson Allen get traded.
I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
In this trade. I think they're going to do this around him and they're going to keep Grayson.
What else do we got? Bruce City Chaser, Bucks giving us their best cardiac crew performance. Jacob says Brian Anderson calling Bucks games as a treat.
It is. You know
who else was in town today? Jennifer Hudson.
Really?
What's she doing?
She did an event with the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh no.
Well, Matt says Norman Powell is a Bucks killer. This guy pisses me off.
Talking about Norman Powell or
yeah, no, not Matt. Norman Powell. I hate when people that aren't good are suddenly good.
Like when the Brewers face a rookie pitcher and he shuts him down every single time.
The comparison I always go to is a guy named Chris Matthews. Chris Matthews is a nobody. I've not heard from him since. But in one Super Bowl against New England for the Seahawks, he had 4 catches for 104 yards. And I get pissed because I didn't play him in fantasy. Derek, you want to get on here? You're eating something. You want in? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs up. All right, Derek from Texas in a cowboy hat.
Hey, cowboy hat have to. Hey, Bart.
Do you
Jordan
know?
Love.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Bart?
That's Jordan Love.
Like the look of it.
What are you eating at midnight? Is that like a fresh barbecue?
Pancakes, brother. Pancakes. What else do you get at midnight right now?
Well, I don't know how you do it down there in Texas.
No, I'm from Wisconsin. Bart, I got a picture of you and my best buddy back at Hawks Game 6 when we won it all. All right.
Oh, who?
What's that?
Where was the picture taken?
Oh, we were in Deer District, of course. What do you mean?
When they beat the Hawks or when they beat the Suns?
Hawks Game 6 when the city went wild, man.
Yeah, that was, I think when they won the finals. When they beat the Hawks, I think it was crazier because
finals, the city went nuts, Bart.
Yeah, but when they beat the Hawks to go to the finals, there was like fireworks going off everywhere. People were riding around in like Batmobiles.
Oh, it was nuts. It was wild, Bart. I'm born and raised Milwaukee, but moved to Texas for work. So I don't know. Where's fucking Tony at?
Tony, he's doing something on Twitter, I think.
No, he went to bed. I heard.
Oh, you went to bed?
Yeah, he's listening.
That's what happens
in the morning.
When you get old, you go to bed by now.
I mean, I'm old as shit.
No, you're not that old. Shut up, Bart.
I'm older than Kevin.
That's totally incorrect.
So what's up, Derek? What'd you think as you're eating these pancakes?
Oh man, dude. We are blessed to see that young man just bless our lives. I mean, we take it for granted every single day. Every single day. And you got to reflect on the horrible days that we had as being Bucks fans. I remember growing up as a little kid, Box TV, watching on not WGN, but on 24, channel 24. It was horrible. It was horrible being a Bucks fan growing up. But
so, do you like when they wear the purples like they did tonight? Because
love it.
I do. Now that they won, I do.
I love it so much.
I can't get over you just eating some flapjack. It's just so it's so comforting.
Dude,
Texas, baby.
About 2 weeks ago, Bart brought back some true Canadian maple syrup. Best syrup I've ever had. Hands down.
Are you up late, or do your hours reflect the time you're eating pancakes?
No, I'm up a little late tonight.
Okay.
A little bit late, but I listen.
Normally when I want to go to bed, like I tell you, I maybe take a gummy or two, happyplacehemp.com, promo code Bart, 25% off. Derek just makes a full-on Perkins breakfast.
I wish, but
love you, buddy. See ya. That getting weird.
I think your audio is a little messed up. It might be on my end.
No, I think that's Derek. All right, it's one of you guys. It was definitely Tim. Kevin, count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's definitely Shay.
That
He just disappeared. A couple more comments. You can be here as long as you want. I'm not gonna.
Can I grab a beer?
Yes, Kevin.
Is that all right? He's like Wayne's World. I don't want a product place, but can I grab a beer?
You may grab a beer.
I'll keep it out of the shot. Keep going. I'll be right back.
Well, is it a good beer or is it a light? Oh, I mean, your wife works with the beer.
Yeah, it's a special thing they had in this big growler. It's like a chocolate beer from the place where she works.
Oh, sure. I mean, you can promote it.
I don't even know the name of it. Give me a second. I'll give you the name.
Is it the Gary Aylerson?
Oh, that's funny.
I think that was on my end, right?
We all determined it was. Yeah.
Fred Miller's
What's that called? Huh?
Fred Miller's chocolate lager.
Brad Miller?
Fred, not the second baseman.
Oh, Fred Miller.
Yeah.
Brad Miller.
Okay.
Josh was at the game. He says absolutely electric fourth quarter.
It seemed from the crowd noise. It seemed like it was a fun fourth quarter.
Mark says Drew's defense down the stretch was crucial. He was clamping Paul George and Kawhi. Huge win. And this is why, a lot of people around the league are going to talk about who some of the snubs were with the All-Star game. And remember, there are only 12 spots. And in the NBA, the talent, might be as spread out as ever. But one thing that Eric Name pointed out was coaches will always say Drew's like one of the more underrated guys. And one thing that I was talking about, Thursday afternoon was the Bucks are in this weird spot where they're so good and Giannis is good, but he's not the MVP. He can't be the MVP again anymore. But then his role players or his other guys, they're not good enough to be all-stars. But thankfully that was, remedied. Sure, Middleton wasn't going to get one. But I thought, Kevin, that, Brooke Lopez had a case for an all-star game. And I am glad to see that Drew, after 10 years, for how good he has been, like his whole career with the Pelicans was very good. And I think that I was really excited about that trade. I kept saying that whatever you guys think you wanted in Chris Paul, you're going to get in Drew Holiday. He's going to be a godsend for this team. And maybe someone that's going to see, the whole point of this podcast is to just, reconfirm good things that I've said before that have come true. But I think I'm very happy to see that Drew got the All-Star nod.
It was, honestly, anybody that saw the run to the championship in 21 understands how important Drew was to that team, not just because he's unselfish, not just because he made the guys around him better, but because the bigger the moment got, the bigger he got. And that to me meant everything, because you can go through and add pieces. Like, you want to talk about Eric Bledsoe and what happened with Eric Bledsoe in the playoffs against the Celtics a few years before that. A piece that you pick up and expect to be big who just absolutely falls apart in the big moment. And Holiday was the complete opposite of that. He was the bigger the series became, the more he's shown or shined or whatever. It's after midnight. I don't speak in good grammar anymore. But
just switch to Espanol.
Oh yeah, is that what we want to do? The after edition.
Start talking in Spanish. Go.
You do it right now.
Go.
Drew Holiday es un jugador importante para el equipo de los Bucks, y cuando ganaron el campeonato en 2021 fue uno de las piezas más importantes para el equipo.
Very important, very important.
Yeah. Ese es el caso aquí en 2022-2023 y es una cosa increíble que es un all-star. We like to just say all-star instead of
have a Drew Holiday. So I told you this, my son's in a Spanish immersion daycare.
Really?
Yeah. So he understands Spanish.
That's all. What a great age to do that.
He's 3.5 now. He doesn't he calls like milk leche and water agua. And there's some things around the house that he'll call the Spanish version, but we don't talk Spanish at home. And so I've tried to restart Duolingo 16 times since he goes to this daycare. But then some of these parents, oh God, some of these parents because my kid's gone with the same kids. Some of them, they're like, adios. Yeah. But now I walk in and they're like ripping it off faster than you did. Like they really took the time. It just makes me feel like a real shitty dad.
You can get there. If you're hitting the Duolingo, you'll be fine. It's just, can I tell you the two things that make my Spanish way better? Coffee and alcohol. One or the other.
Learning it while drinking one?
No, just like for example, we do these games on Telemundo, those Brewers games. I drink shitloads of coffee. That's what I do. I drink a ton of coffee before the game. And then for the first 2 or 3 innings, I'm just talking at 100 miles an hour. If we were in English, I would be at 100 miles an hour in English, Just makes your brain fire faster. And, of course, alcohol just takes the just a liquid courage. Your Spanish is there. You just needed to release it. That's all.
I know manzana is apple.
It seems
That's the part of Duolingo I always get to, and then I'm always like, la mujer eats the apple or whatever, and then
Rojo is red. So
Rojo's red, azul is blue. Tim is wearing an azul shirt.
And the color of the hat
is yellow.
Amarillo. But as you know, it's not green and yellow, it's green and gold. Verde y oro.
Yeah. Which I've heard you say the one year that all the games were only broadcast in Spanish in the preseason.
Dude, there was my favorite thing that came out of that. You're talking about when one of the local TV stations was on blackout from Time Warner Cable, and they can only watch it on our station.
Yeah.
I got a tweet during one of those games that said, "You look like a cross between A-Rod and Andre the Giant."
Damn, that's pretty good. More A-Rod than Andre.
Yeah, I think I've kept the A-Rod going through the years.
Yeah, there's a little A-Rod to you.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I feel like that's an okay comparison, right?
Yeah. If you want it. Patrick says, what a game. Bart Winkler's shown no other place I'd rather be after a win like that. Brian says, Wes Matthews' defense down the stretch is the exact reason we don't need Jay Crowder. Can't wait for Chris to be on the floor in those minutes. He looked incredible offensive and defensive. I really think the Bucks only want Jay Crowder for the Boston series.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Because again, I was talking to a buddy. He's like, whose minutes is Jay going to take? I'm like, I don't know that he plays that much.
Right. It's just going to be a guy. He went to Marquette, right? He's a guy that people know.
But if you're going to trade, if this trade that's floating around is really for Serge a second, George Hill, and Wara, they played a combined 1 minute tonight.
Just do it.
So
He'll be a good player to have on the bench.
And then you have two other spots that you can fill. To me, there's a part of that means you have confidence in two other guys down at the Herd that you can bring up, right?
Yes.
Who would
maybe more time for Beauchamp?
Well, I still want more Beauchamp. I still want more Mamu. MC says Giannis got scared to shoot free throws at the end. He did miss a couple. Yeah, Wes put the clamps on late. A lot of comments about Derek in Texas.
Yeah.
Derek in Texas forever, all caps.
Indeed.
Bucky wants to know if you are wearing a Sesame Street shirt.
Oh, man.
It says everything I know I learned on the streets, and then it has a picture of.
What a win. Miller Park Med says, I was really hoping Bart After Dark would have been more HBO After Dark in the 2000s. I would do something like take my shirt off or rub my nipple.
Do you want me to take my shirt
off?
No,
I got a LinkedIn message from a 78-year-old from Florida that's mad that one day Q and I were showing each other our chest hair.
Seriously?
On LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn? A 78-year-old? So are they still working?
They listen to the show. It's a husband and wife combo. They moved. They sent me a nice message after the station went under or whatever we call it. And I said, thanks. And then I got a message the other day. I didn't remember the name. I got an email that said, you have a LinkedIn message. And every time I see that, I get, semi-hard because I'm like, oh shit, I can maybe make money. And then he's like, I don't like that you guys swear. What's your audience? I can't let my kids listen to this. And then I'm realizing he's 78. So if you're 78 saying my kids can't listen to this.
Kids are my. Oh my God.
I got a 78-year-old told me my show is too vulgar for his kids to listen to.
His kids. Like he's got the parental block on a 45-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Won't you think of our children, our grown-up, menopausal, middle-age crisis, bald-headed children.
My 48-year-old can't listen to this show. Damn it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Hey, I want to go back to the UWM game. Why did it start at 10 o'clock?
It was a kids game.
Okay. All right.
By the way, you ever been to one of those?
The kids games?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, because the Admirals had a bunch, but I never really got to one.
So I can share a quick story from when I worked in Florida.
Yeah, but before that, did you ever see the episode of Conan where he did it for kids?
No.
It was one of the best hours of late night ever. It was his late night show.
Seriously?
Yeah, and he did a kids audience.
Oh,
And he tried doing a real monologue, and they like booed him within 30 seconds, and then he just like threw toys at him. Anyway, go ahead. You were in Florida.
So the minor league baseball team in Daytona had this day game. It was like 11 a.m. And I'm like, I could watch that game and then go to work, because I go to work at like 2:30 in the afternoon. So I'm like, this is going to be great. So I'm thinking I'm going to grab a couple of beers and relax. I'm walking up in flip flops, just complete, like I just rolled out of bed, right? And I park and I hear this noise coming from a distance, and it sounds like the apocalypse. It sounds like the screams of terror of like some kind of crazy thing happening.
Or maybe it sounded like the old CBS cult favorite, Kid Nation.
Which is just a bunch of screams, right? It's just kids going nuts. And
Man, CBS once had a bunch of 12-year-old kids try to run a community.
Oh my God, just screaming and going ballistic. Yeah, so I walk up on the stadium, and that noise only gets louder because, the stadium is full of kids. And I'm telling you, it was just this, like, picture a scream that just never ends. It just sits at this level.
Yeah.
And I was in there for like an inning. I couldn't get a seat. There were people like banging into me and like smacking me with vuvuzelas. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, never, ever, ever again.
Well, that's what the first half of this Milwaukee Panther game sounded like that.
Yeah.
And in the second half, I think the kids all went and got something to eat, and then didn't go back to their seats.
Yeah, they because that's all they can handle, right? Like they're basically, it's like they're there for their recess period, and then they just go back to school.
Matt wants to know, in the third quarter, when Giannis was the only player in double digits, did you think we were going to win? At that point, were you screaming at the TV like me, asking someone to help Giannis? Well, again, the NBA, you never know. And I thought that they maybe had a run in them. And I thought maybe the Clippers, it doesn't matter what I thought. Tim has just busted out the CBD CBN gummy, courtesy of happyplacehemp.com. The promo code is Bart, 25% off every single order you get, whether it's your first, your second, or your third. And look at that chew job. Oh, look at that jawline. There's a jaw in there somewhere, and it is chewing that gummy so efficiently and so good.
Timothy.
I laughed at a second one.
No.
That's the Bart special. Tim tells me the other night, and I had taken 2 gummies prior, but he goes, "Yeah, I was carjacked."
And so
I just started laughing.
He just starts laughing.
Oh,
because I pictured him as that guy from Seinfeld that got carjacked in the finale.
Yeah, and you're just like, wow. Yeah, I could see that being
Just going like, "Oh no, don't hurt me."
I love everything about this right now.
But then I apologized many times.
You did.
And then I redid the bit.
So is that a normal thing? I've caught you guys here and there, but I didn't realize that literally that happens right there in the middle of the show. Is that a thing that happens?
Oh no.
Popping gummies?
From time to time.
I mean, not like as sexual as that was from Tim, but yeah. You know what I found goes really good with gummies?
What's that?
Omaha meat. Omaha steaks.
Oh, it's a new day. I have a new read.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
He's gotta go get it. Let's take over this show.
Timmy, what is happening right now?
I have a new read.
Left is shot.
This Valentine's Day, fall in love with flavor when you save on delectable dishes and tantalizing tastes from Omaha Steaks with their new Love at First Bite sale. It's the perfect time to celebrate your better half and bring the steakhouse experience home for Valentine's Day. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code XXXX at it should be Bart. Use promo code Bart. That's where my name should be. Use promo code Bart at checkout and get $30 off your order.
Promo code XXXX.
Well, that's what it says. I read it wrong. From perfectly aged tender steaks to juicy burgers, decadent desserts, and classic comfort meals, every bite is guaranteed to be perfect. Backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee.
How hungry are you right now, Timmy?
Oh, I just
Derek,
took
you got to get the Omaha Steaks down to Texas.
I just took the gummy. Calm down. I don't know.
So again, I kind of read it like funny, but I did get the Omaha Steaks. I do have it. We are going to cook something up either this weekend or early next week. We got the tenderloins. We got the chicken breasts. We got the what am I thinking of? Like the hot dogs. I couldn't think of a hot dog. The jumbo franks. The jumbo franks. And I like to grill them, but I found that my wife does everything better than I do. So normally she does it. So it's a great deal for me. You get the $30 off the package, and then my wife does the grilling.
There you go.
Miller Park Minute wants to know: are they faxing these reads?
Had it like Bart, you could have totally old school that read. You know, you could have been like, this program brought to you by.
Just saying here, Omaha Steaks now, 30%, $30 off, a great package deal from Omaha Steaks with the promo code Bart. No, I'll show you this. I asked for this for Christmas. Hold on. Here's my green screen. Here's my shit basement. See that printer?
Yeah.
That was my Christmas present.
Hey, it's all good.
So
all for the reads.
I printed it off on there.
Are they faxing these reads? That is wonderful.
I printed it off.
Dude, that's amazing. Look at you. This is what I'm saying. This is a setup now. This isn't just a thing. This is a setup. Like you guys have got something going.
Can you believe I get made fun of for doing the show in my basement?
Don't laugh. Come on, Oldie.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't want to drag you into my mess, but
Well, I mean, look, I think the answer to it is we got to start something. We got to buy some frequency, some radio frequency, and then just, we can give you, not that you could end this, you can keep this going, but then we can also have the over the air thing.
But I'm also on the radio. I'm on Saturday. I'm doing a 5-hour shift.
See that? Now that's good. I just, I don't, I have zero doubts. Like I have no doubts at all, but I that's it's the equivalent of being typecast, right? As if that station that went under was somehow your fault, and it's not remotely. It's not even a little bit.
No, it is. It's because I went too hard into politics.
And
is what 9 Twitter accounts have banded together to say.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good enough.
Because I wanted COVID to be over with. I wanted sports to come back because I didn't want to lose my job. Well, that was a bad plan. I should have went the other way.
I mean,
Clay Travis did it. Clay Travis says it's woke when ESPN covers the WNBA.
God. And by the way, that's a crazy situation. I don't know how many of your how much you touch on the WNBA, but have you seen what's happened there in recent days?
I think it's good for the league.
Me too. 2 super teams. Let's do it.
And they should always be on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, so one TV thing I'll bring up. Now, so normally we talk Bucks for a while and then we end the show with boner talk and shit like that, but
I'm here.
So here's where I'm at with the MLS. Sorry, everyone. You can fast forward. I want there to be promotion and relegation. So like a team like the Milwaukee Pro Soccer, when we get started, it should be able to eventually get up to the highest level. Everybody's going crazy for this Wrexham team in England. They're 5th division, but there's it works. So I root against MLS. Like, I don't like to watch MLS when they play each other, but in international competition, I always root for them. And the Seattle Sounders this weekend play a team from, I believe, Saudi Arabia in the FIFA Club World Cup, where if they win, they have an actual competitive game against Real Madrid next week.
Oh, I watched them play today.
Yeah, so that's like a big deal. So the MLS is still going to have some games on Fox, and I think something else, not ESPN, but Apple is the provider. So Apple's like, we're going to have every game, no blackouts. You can watch it all. And I thought that was a good idea for the league. But then they're like, we're going to charge $20 a month. Well, no one's going to pay 20. I don't even want to pay. Like, I want to watch every NBA game. And they said tonight, $50 for the rest of the season for all the games. I'm like, man, even that is like,
it's 2 months.
All right, I'll get off of it because people are commenting to stop.
No, and look, maybe I'll throw this one and then we'll just go. We've started following this team in Spain, Valencia, who's a talented team, but they're on the edge of relegation right now. So this team that's having a bad season in any other sport would just be like, whatever, click. But people are really, really invested in this team that has a bad record because they don't need them to be bad enough to be the next division. It adds a level of excitement that I didn't realize would be there.
You know what I might bring up on my CBS Sports Radio shift? And I don't know if this is too, don't go there. But I might talk about promotion relegation, lose half the audience, maybe more, and then say, how come in America, in this country, we're so against socialism?
Oh, God.
Yet we give the shittiest team the best pick in every sport.
Every sport.
We give the worst team. And then, in America, the person that's the worst off is just fucked. You don't look at a homeless person and say, shit, you deserve the number 1 pick. Here's $9 million. No, you say, get the fuck out of my way. It's awful. It's a really awful. It's a weird, I probably won't bring that up.
How about this way?
You won't be asked to go back.
What do you think would happen in Major League Baseball?
Should I just start my shift and say, so here's the thing about socialism.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what about MLB?
In Milwaukee, they'll air the other show that they were airing that one day.
Well, thank you. It is a great take. It's not so much a take as an observation.
True.
And I'm not advocating
You're right.
for.
You're right.
I'm not
You're
advocating for socialism. I'm not advocating for any other way than anything else. I don't think Facebook should fire half their 10% of their staff and then do buybacks on stocks. I think that's weird. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about why, when we hear the word socialism, we think that the commies are coming, and yet all of our sports reward teams for sucking. And to the point in the last week of the season in the NFL, I mean, it was all about who sucked the most.
I don't like. But baseball to me has always been the ultimate socialist kind of game, because when the game is on the line, you can't choose your best hitter to hit. He may not be the guy hitting at that moment. You could choose your best relief pitcher, but like you can't choose a situation. It requires the person who is slotted in that moment to do their job. And I don't know. You can call it what you want, but it's a team sport kind of thing. I just think it'd be interesting if you talked about relegation and you said what would happen in Pittsburgh and Kansas City if they were going to swap spots with Charlotte and Columbus, Ohio, if they finished at the bottom of the major leagues. All of a sudden, they'd feel a little different about their teams.
Here, let me bring in, I'm going to throw up some branding on YouTube, Omaha Steaks. Actually, I'm going to go back to the Happy Place hemp branding. There we go. 25% off.
Learning all this.
There it is. Badger Bloodies.
Bart.
I saw you went to get a bloody tonight.
I did. I had to pregame that Badgers Buckeyes matchup. How about them Badgers? How about them Bucks? Both our basketball teams in the state are back in the win column, baby. The Fire Greg Guard crowd.
Milwaukee won.
They did, but they didn't cover. Unfortunately,
True.
I was mighty sad about that. Did someone tell the Panthers that PUI is at the bottom of the Horizon League? Jesus Christ.
Oh,
where was your bloody tonight?
Echo Tap over on West Main, downtown Madison. It was serviceable. Not the best one I've had. Not the worst. Just pretty much middle of the road.
I feel like bloodies are either really good or shit.
They kind of are, and I know they're not for everyone. So you either love them or you hate them. And if you love them, you're willing to put up with subpar Bloody Marys, which is most places. The big thing for me is price. If you're charging over $10 for a Bloody Mary, it better be pretty good. The one I had today, $6.50. Nice pint glass full of Bloody Mary. Sidecar beer chaser of your choice. You can't beat that. I'm willing to overlook maybe average or below average Bloody Mary if the price point is there. I've paid a lot of money for a lot of bad Bloody Marys. Airports especially, man, they're charging $15, $16, $18 for bloodies that are just mixed some vodka. They don't give a fuck. They're not giving you an olive. They're not giving you a pickle, nothing. Like, here you go. Enjoy your bloody while you wait for your flight, asshole.
You know who loves Bloody Marys?
Who loves Bloody Marys, Tim?
Kevin Holden loves Bloody Marys. You guys would get along very well.
Yeah, let me know if you're here.
So what's up, Badger Bloodies? What you got?
No, because I'm always looking for the new spots to go review. I got to come over to Milwaukee and do some reviews here coming up. Obviously, everyone knows Sobelman's, but I'm looking for the more, the unknown spots. Does McGuire's do a Bloody Mary, Tim? Have you had one?
McGuire's Bloody is a V8 with a shot of vodka and a pickled egg.
He tried to kill
that. That actually sounds like it would make for really good content. You look out. I might just walk into McGuire's one night to come do a Bloody Mary review.
I'm not lying to you. So he has this other bartender that's working for him like a couple nights a week, and she is trying to convince him that one way you make your bloody better is to make it spicy. Well, the last time I was there, he tried to kill me. Like, he put enough spice in the damn thing that's all that was in there.
Oh, so it was like nuclear waste in the glass where you just feel it going down the esophagus all the way to your gut.
It shouldn't do what TNT hot wings do to you. You know what I mean?
To me, that's overkill. I like a nice balanced tomato flavor, a little bit of kick, but I want a little more balance to that as well. So, Tim, how are you doing? Are you doing okay, man? I heard you had some real grief the other day.
See, Bart, at least some people care.
I care. He might not. I do. Dude, Uber driver solidarity. Believe me, man, I felt the world for you when I heard the news, and I just thank God that I don't have to worry about that at all over here in Madison.
Lucky.
At all?
Even a little bit, dude. That's the last thing on my mind. It's all just drunk college kids and people going home from work. Tim's out here in a goddamn war zone every day trying to make a buck.
Hey, don't be talking about my city that way.
I lived there for 2 years. I was a Milwaukee resident once upon a time. There's a reason I moved to Madison, all right? And I was, You're talking about doing DoorDash. I was about to tell you, hey, Bart, get on the Uber grind. It's good money. But in light of the Tim Shea carjacking, I don't know about that.
I wasn't even Ubering. That's the thing.
Yeah, Tim was just driving like a citizen.
What?
I was just at a.
He didn't get
buddy's house.
carjacked by an Uber rider. He just got carjacked.
You were working.
No,
I
I was.
No.
working and that
He
makes
was-
it so much worse.
And funnier.
I couldn't Uber because I didn't have my car. Remember, it was a
my
rental.
God. Well, see, and it was good you had a rental because that's how they found it. If you had got your car carjacked, they would still be looking.
Yeah.
They'd have them working in shifts.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, besides shitting on Milwaukee, you got any basketball thoughts?
I mean, okay, this is what my new take on the Badgers situation. A lot of people are on the fire Greg Gard train. I would like to go on record as saying I will not be making my Twitter a fire Greg Gard account this year, as I have for the past 4 or 5. However, I think we need to give Greg Gard one more year. And if the Badgers finish outside the top quarter of the Big Ten, and if they miss the NCAA tournament, can Greg Gard? I want TJ Etzelberger from Iowa State. He's a Wisconsin
Local
guy.
product, yeah.
He took that program from a bottom feeder. This is now the
I
second
remember
year in a
Sparky
row.
wanted him like 17 years ago.
Well, obviously, Sparky he obviously knows ball, and he was way ahead of this take
I think
that I'm
Sparky
on right
knew him
now.
is why.
If we were going to replace Greg
Kind of
Gard
like
with
how I
any
want Bart
coach,
Lundy to coach the Bucks.
do you think that would be an upgrade over Budenholzer? Honestly, because I think it would.
Although Greg Matzik went and played horse with Bart Lundy. I didn't get that creative.
I mean, you don't have to go that far, but let's be honest. Some of these guys that have this tenure and they have the reputation, they have the job just because they've had the job for so long, right? I do think TJ Etzelberger would be a huge upgrade, not necessarily equivalent the basketball program with the football program. People are saying, oh, we got Luke Fickell. Let's do the same thing with the basketball program. It's not that simple, but I do think a change of regime would do wonders for the program.
Badger, I'm getting people saying Bucks. Giannis
Here I am.
50 piece.
Here I am in the Bucky hat, just trying to talk a little Badgers. I'll hop off and let the folks talk Bucks again. I just had to come and put my 2 cents in, all right?
I appreciate that. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, hey, congrats on 100 episodes, Bart. Love you, man.
Love you too.
Yep, bye-bye.
Still got Kevin Holden here, Tim Shea. I'm going to bring in Basement Dave.
Basement.
Hey guys.
Dave started coming on. He's in his basement solidarity.
Yep.
Even though I pretend on YouTube to be in this swing. I don't even know where I got this picture from. But I don't think I can change it at this point.
I love when you stood up and you could see the green halo around you when you stood up to get the paper a minute ago.
See the green under my arms?
God.
Like Mr. Burns.
I love it.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, how's it going? Just got home from the game.
Oh, yeah, you went.
Yep.
What a game to go to.
I didn't think we'd still be on. Dave lives in Waukesha, so
Yeah, I not only did I got my brother drove us, so we went to his house, and then I drove home, and you were still on. So I'm like, well, I gotta hop on then.
yeah. Matt wants to know how to stream on. Here, I'll give you the link in the comments, buddy. All right, go ahead, Dave. How was it? Good atmosphere?
Yeah, it was loud in there. I got pretty cool seats. They were in the, what is it called? The West Bend Lofts. So it's kind of on the, I guess it's the club level. I don't know if that's what it is.
I don't know. I usually sit with the pours.
Yeah, I don't know. This was a trucking company that my brother uses. They were trying to get him to use them some more or something. So they gave him their suite tickets, and it was pretty sweet.
Thank God the Bucks exist so that corporations can do business.
Yeah, right?
You know, long are the days where fans could go watch sports. Now it's all that bullshit.
You got to know somebody that wants to make a sweet deal or whatever.
I know somebody to know somebody.
Yep. But yeah, no, Bucks, that was awesome. Yeah, I mean, when Giannis was creeping up on 40, I was like, okay, that was kind of a quick 40 he had. And then when he got like 44, I'm like, oh, yeah, no, he's going to have 50 plus easily. And my buddy was sitting next to me. He's like, I don't know. You think so? I'm like, oh, yeah. No, he's going to. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought he'd go for 70. And once he got 70, I thought, oh, you might as well get 80 tonight.
Yeah, just keep going. But it was a weird game, I guess, because, I mean, the Bucks just didn't look that good for the most part, but neither did the Clippers. You know, if the Clippers, they could.
Well, those final couple minutes were so bad.
Yeah.
Paul George airballs a 3. When's that happen?
Right. Yeah. No, the fact that they kind of let the Bucks hang, I was like, okay, you know what? I think they can pull this out. And sure enough, the way shots weren't falling for anybody, it seemed, you know, it just they did just enough, I guess.
Well, you saw a good win.
Yep.
Were you thinking of leaving early with how bad it was?
No.
Probably not in good seats.
There was no chance. Yeah, I had a really nice waitress taking care of everything. I already told work, nah, ain't going in tomorrow or today. I guess it's today now.
Well, yeah, it's up to 12:40 a.m. Tim probably pass out after this. I'll pass out. Kevin Holden will be up till 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I might hop on Fortnite here and see if my parents are on. So,
excuse me.
Yeah, no, I play Fortnite with my parents. They're usually up pretty late every night playing. How we roll.
Why? What? How?
I don't know. So they started playing Fortnite when COVID first hit.
Yeah.
And to play with their grandkids, and I play. So then now they're into it.
So earlier in the show, Bart, if you don't mind, if I'm going to do a callback here. Earlier in the show, Bart was talking about interacting with a 78-year-old from Florida who is not allowing his kids to watch this show because of the profanity. And then on the complete other side of the spectrum, we have your parents who are playing Fortnite with you.
Yeah, with me, with my grandkids, with my nieces, nephews.
Don't old people get up in like 2 hours?
Nah, not my parents. They're pretty chill.
How old are they?
So they're not 70s yet. They're both like 62, 63.
Okay, all right. They're in the range.
Yeah, my dad retired probably 5-6 years ago. My mom, same. So they're like, whatever.
Oh, they're actually hip parents. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
That's really cool.
I mean, is this like an addiction? Is it bad?
I mean, remember Farmville?
Oh my God.
Yes.
So my mom was one of those Farmville people that you had to like, I don't know, intervene.
Can I trade some corn with you?
Yes. My dad, not so much. He just likes, you know, just the technical aspects. I mean,
we've all got our vices. I downloaded the Simpsons Tapped Out game 10 years ago. I can't tell you how much money I've spent on that bullshit.
Oh, yeah. No, Fortnite, free game. I couldn't even calculate how much I've spent on it over the years between me and my kids and, you know. But anyway, this isn't about Fortnite. It's about Bucks, so.
No, Fortnite's good. Fortnite came up on the show earlier this week. Bart Lundy plays Fortnite.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I do have all the Giannis skins and whatnot on there, so.
Well, definitely.
That was pretty cool.
I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pay money and you get Giannis stuff.
Oh. Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's all right.
Kevin, did I ever tell you what the best prank my friends ever pulled?
Oh God. I'm almost scared.
Oh, they all listen to the show. I'm so sorry.
He's about to out everything here.
But my one friend spent so much money on Madden, on his ultimate team, so much money.
Wow.
That my other two friends sent him a box of cards from Topps and put a note on it saying, "Hey, just want to thank you for how much you love our game. Love EA Sports." And he was like so thankful, and he just thought it was so cool. And they felt so bad, so they had to tell him.
That's awful.
I know.
Amazing.
All right, Dave, go say hi to your parents for me, all right?
Yeah, I will. We'll talk to you guys later.
Say hi to your mother for me, okay? See ya.
That's pretty cool, man. He's got parents playing Fortnite.
So can I be dismissed?
Yeah, I got Matt here, and then I'm gonna wrap up. So you
All
can
right,
leave if you want.
Then I'll just stay on.
All right, Matt's been commenting throughout the night. And here he is, Matt.
What's going on, Bart?
What's up?
Kevin, nice to meet you. ¿Qué pasó?
Hey, ¿qué pasó, mi amigo?
Not much, man. That's all I got.
That's all you need.
I kept commenting Bucks because that was a good game, but man, Giannis had to do it all by himself, man. It took a little bit, but
Do I hear Tim in the background, or you got the show on somewhere?
yeah, I'll turn that off. Hold on, that's on my laptop. 1 second.
No, good. I mean, thanks.
Yeah, I got them both going. Give me a second. Yeah, it's all right. All right.
Slight delay.
Better?
Sure.
Sure.
I still hear something somewhere. How many screens you got me on?
I had two. I had one on the laptop, and I had to go to the phone because it wasn't coming up on the screen. So
Badger Bloody's back. He says, "What are you chewing on? It better be Copenhagen."
it is. No, it's not. It's Grizz. It's Grizz.
Great.
Grizz.
That's a ball player right there.
Yeah. Oh, always. What do you think?
Well, give
of
me some
West's
thoughts on the
defense?
game.
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was terrible at first, but West came in. I was pissed about that, but he played good defense.
West was 0 for 4.
Yeah, he didn't shoot good. His defense was good though.
Yeah, that's true. I'm starting to get. So one of the things that doing a 4-hour show I would do is I would say, what am I really mad about? What am I sort of mad about that I can stretch for content, right?
Correct.
And on this, I don't do that. But I will say I am sort of getting mad about how little Chris is playing. He is back. He is healthy.
He should
Fucking
have
play
played.
this guy.
And that's one of the first things I said in my comments was he should have been in there, especially with the last 3 minutes. Why was he not in there?
Because he reached his quota, I guess.
That's what they said. Oh, he played his 20 minutes, and they kept zooming in on him. I'm like, all right, there's 3 minutes left. We need to score points. Why is he not in there?
Yeah, that's starting to piss me off. I'm also mad that none of the young guys ever play.
Oh, yeah. Why is the Rook not playing? That's
I don't
what
know.
I don't get.
It's not like I want to
that
see
West
him. Like
was in
we've
there.
seen
West got,
Beauchamp,
what,
and he's
15?
helped.
West got, 15 minutes, I think it was? How is the Rook not getting
West played
playing time?
25 minutes.
What's that?
25.
West played 25?
Yeah, 25 human minutes tonight.
You and I could have played 25 minutes. I don't know that we would have done as well, but
Bro,
no.
I don't even like to stand for 25 straight minutes.
Me neither, bud. Me neither. I do tree work, but I don't like standing for 25 minutes either, but the Rook should have got some playing time.
I had a physical the other day, and I was like,
How'd that go?
Oh, it went okay. My cholesterol's like better than it should be.
Well,
it did go up.
Those hot pockets aren't helping, right?
No, I've tried to wean off of those. Thanks. But I'm like,
well, I remember from back in the day, you said that was your go-to.
Well, the thing about hot pockets is they are good.
They are good. I'm not gonna lie with you.
So I told the lady, like, my left shoulder always hurts. My left arm feels bad.
That's cholesterol.
No, she's like, well, how do you like sit during the day? I go, oh, I like lay on the couch on my left shoulder all day. She's like, well,
that's the left, not the right.
She's like, are you like a stupid person? How do you not equate the two?
That's funny.
And what was your answer to her?
I don't know.
You got nothing?
My doctor appointment was pretty weird. So I do take Lexapro, but like whatever, for anxiety, and it helps. But they were like trying to up my dosage. I'm like, yeah, when I didn't take it, I felt weird, but when I take it, I felt good. She's like, oh, you want us to double it? I was like, no, I'm fine.
No, why not double it?
I don't need it.
Debatable.
I need it.
You want some?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right, I'll double it, cut them in half, send them to you.
Tim will take it.
All right, Matt. Well, we're gonna wrap up.
No, that's fine, brother. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
No,
stop.
I'm glad that you got in. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Don't be a foreigner to the show.
Oh, only till. No, that's fine.
And make sure your lip is as thick as it is right now every time you're on.
You
I
play
got it right
softball?
there.
You're a softball player?
I am.
What do you play?
Well, I used to play in high school, but that's long and far in between.
Okay. I saw it and I was thinking maybe you still dabbled.
Ah, no, I wish. Not that good anymore. Too old for that.
But you're never too old to trace a dream, Matt.
No, it's done. I know.
All right, buddy.
I appreciate you guys. Love the show.
Love you, Matt.
All right. Take care.
Good night, Matt.
He's a third baseman, maybe a shortstop.
Yeah, definitely infield.
Got that thing, man.
Yeah. Well, Tim, thanks for staying up. I know you're butt ass tired.
Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
You and I both got to get up and go DoorDash tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
It's gonna be a good day. Fridays are always good.
And it's cold.
And it's cold, so we gonna get tipped.
Cold. It's cold.
Tim, if I took this and showed you a clip of it the last day we worked together at the Fan, would you be like, "What the fuck?
Yep. I would be like, what the fuck happened?
What happened and what is still happening?
What did we do? Unfortunately, you weren't there for me on the last day of the Fan, so.
No, I wasn't. I got fired on vacation. Yeah.
However, Kevin was there.
Do you know who was the first shift that didn't happen because it got shut down?
You.
I was filling in. And I got the call like an hour, a little more than an hour beforehand. Hey, we don't need you today. I'm like, okay. I was nursing a real bad hangover though. So I was kind of relieved.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that your temporary joy turned into my 6-month pain.
Yeah, sorry.
It's his pain too.
Yeah.
Because let's be real. Kevin was a great fill-in for everybody.
Yeah, it was a good second job.
You guys, I mean, look, I know it was literally like a robot. I would say it every time, but I don't know if I've ever been more comfortable anywhere doing anything, like I'd get in there and you'd have producers, ready to do stuff. We'd be talking. There were, I just never dealt with egos. It was great. It was like what we do here.
Yeah.
I loved it. But
I really appreciate you hanging on the whole time.
Oh, for sure. You hit it on the head. This is 9 p.m. for most other people.
Yeah, but you're like a TV star.
Yeah.
He's TV's Kevin Holden.
Oh, yeah. Has Timmy told you that story? He needs to tell you that. Timmy, you want to tell it here on the show, on the thing?
I'll tell him off air.
You don't want to tell him? Because I will.
You tell him. You tell him. All
right. Here's what happened. Bart, I think you'll appreciate this too, because it's great to connect with people, but it's also people have an idea of what you are and who you are, and it may not necessarily be what you are. So we were at McGuire's, and that other bartender I was telling you about brought this guy over to. He's like, "Yeah, you should meet him. This is Kevin Holden," and instantly in his mind, instead of hanging out with this guy that's hanging out with you guys, me, he's hanging out with TV's Kevin Holden. He's got this idea, right?
That's how she said it.
Yeah, and see, that's a problem. Like, TV's Kevin Holden shuts off at 10:30. Like it's a different thing. So this guy comes over, and he just is like right here. You know what I mean? For the rest of the night, he's and he's just like, hey, dude, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And he's putting on like Limp Bizkit and like new metal, like 90s new metal, and trying to like mosh pit with me. And the problem is like you do represent, right? So I'm trying to like be as nice as I can to this guy. and he was there like the rest of the night, and it was completely crazy, man. Like, he was hanging out with a concept. He wasn't hanging out with a human being.
There's a better way to tell that story.
Hit it. What did I do?
I don't know what it is, but it was. Well, yeah, after the Bucks won the title, I went and met my brother at a bar, and some guy's like, "Hey, Bart," and then he was talking to me for 30 minutes. I want to go hang out with my brother.
Yeah. It's you got a life, right? And you've spent the last X months of your life covering the Bucks. You want to go celebrate it.
Where's the weirdest spot you ever got recognized?
Wrigley Field.
Really?
In the upper deck at Wrigley Field. And the best part about that was I was with a childhood friend of mine who was asking me the same question. He was like, "Oh, I bet you get recognized places." And I'm like, it happens, but it's not like a big thing.
Yeah.
Concession stand. And somebody says, "Oh my God, I watch you all the time on 58." And my friend was so pissed off the rest of the night. He was like, "Fucking A." He's like, "You're going to talk about this for years. This is fucking terrible." And like, it really was one of the funniest things I've heard.
You know where mine was?
Where's that?
My house.
Your kid?
No, I was in my driveway.
Oh my God.
At the end of my driveway where it hits the street, because I had a little garden thing, and I was picking the weeds out between the cracks from the sidewalk from my driveway to the street.
Mm-hmm.
And someone was like stuck on the street, and they rolled down their window and they're like, "Hey, it's Bart Winkler." And I was like sweaty and in my garden clothes, whatever that means. So that was my place.
There's a story that one of our news anchors tells about this guy who was riding a bicycle, and was going down the street, but he was sick, and he like kind of crashed. He must have been drunk. He kind of crashed into their yard and just lost his lunch all over everything in the front yard. And then when he came out to like meet him and figure out what was going on, and by the way, why are you in my yard throwing up? He looks up and says, "Hey, aren't you so-and-so?"
Wow.
Gets recognized by this guy who's just tossed cookies on his lawn. So good.
All right, I still got to post this, so I'm going to hang up.
All right.
Kev, though, I appreciate it. Tim, I appreciate you as well. I mean, you didn't need to stay up for this.
Yeah, I'm here.
Look at us three boys hanging out.
This is so much fun. This reminds me of the days inside the radio studio.
Yeah, well, that's all it is.
Same concept, same fun.
Did I already talk about Omaha Steaks?
You did.
Yeah, but it might be worth, mentioning. I don't know.
No, I am getting a oh, Kevin, I should show you guys this.
Hit it.
So I'm not actually going to show you right now, but the guys at Sun Ant Interactive, they're making me a website, and it's fucking sharp.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have it up soon, and it's going to be awesome. You're going to be able to go to my website and check out podcasts, learn about the people we have on the show, get the deals from our sponsors. It's another place where people can give me more money. It's going to be good. So TBD.
I didn't know that
TBD.
John was on here. John's a buddy of mine. John, I don't know when Timmy left the bar, but it looks like he's probably left it late.
Tonight?
Yeah.
I didn't go.
I don't believe you.
I don't leave my house after sunset.
All right, the next episode will be on Monday, posted on Monday.
Super Bowl week. Live from Radio Row?
Stop.
I got oh no, but I am scheduled to talk to Solomon Wilcots next week from Radio Row.
Right.
But all he sees around him.
We need to get you to Radio Row.
Horvat's going to be on Radio Row.
Of course he is.
Janet King. Does alto mean stop?
Means
Is
tall.
alto stop in Spanish?
It is tall, but it also means like stop, like it's on a stop signs in Mexico.
Yeah, doesn't it mean, so he wants us to stop?
Yeah, either that or
Janet King.
oh.
He's right though. All right, we're out.
Good night, everybody.